Buckeye Stallion Series 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers, $17,500. Savannah Bernard leading the post parade. Number 1, Rockin' Republic with Ronnie Gillespie. Number 2 is Marrakesh Express, the driver, Chris Page. Number 3, Rose Run Walker with Mike Wilder. Number 4, Sir Charles of Skye, the driver, Brett Miller. Number 5, Yankee Sparkle with Tyler Smith. Number 6, Gray Phantom, Josh Slater. Number 7 is Wiggle It Jim with David Miller. And number 8, Weekend Pass, Dan Noble in the sulky. Win, play, show, perfecta, trifecta, superfecta, wager on the 14th. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
Right, counting down to the 14th race, Buckeye Stallion Series. It's the 4th division for 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Pacers Field of 8. I'm joined now by Wendy Ross and Barry Vickroy, making his debut on the Jug Day card.
Yeah.
Barry, it's good to be with you.
Oh, it's just, I'll tell you, we were just talking as the post parade was going, which we probably should have been paying attention to the post parade, but when Ocean Rock was going there, there's probably 30, 40 owners here in the grandstand. I think that they came to see Ocean Rock today. That the noise and the round of applause, that was amazing for the number of people that are here.
I think it was just impressive in general. You know, they were just happy to watch a good horse race. Like I know I certainly was.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Barry, Sandra Burnett, who bred, had the dam Ocean Pearl, Chip Noble trained for her for years, right?
Yeah, I think that Ocean Pearl was like Chip's last best horse.
Yes.
She was an open mare at Scioto Downs. She was gray, like Ocean Blue.
Right.
But I think that he had so many, but I think that Ocean Pearl was his last best horse.
I think that's the way Dan always tells the story too, because I remember before I interviewed him in the Winter Circle, I said, "This is the mare, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, I thought so."
Because when I believe that when he got really ill, that Ocean Pearl then moved over to the Dan Ader stable to finish her career before going to the breeding shed. But
gotcha.
She definitely campaigned for. That's what I've been saying. That's why I was such a fan of Ocean Rock, because of the story behind it. Because we've talked a number of times that this harness racing is just full of family stories and things like that. So it's
and everybody loved Chip Noble.
I'll tell you what, he's one of the funniest people that I've ever been around. But you had to be quiet and sit and listen.
Very soft-spoken. Yep.
But he had some zingers. Yes, he did.
Well, what do we got here? Do we got some zingers to give away here, Barry?
Well, we got a wide open race, that's for sure. Favorites bouncing around. Now it's the 2 at 2-1. That's the one that took a little jog around the infield earlier, and Outrider had to catch, but apparently no worse for wear.
Hey, that sometimes is the one that's, that kind of stuff works sometimes.
Kind of crazy fast, huh?
It does. Hey, did you guys pay attention to some of these jug horses warming up?
I did not.
Did you see the last quarters they were going?
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. Even there, it's because they're getting them ready to roll, like literally roll into the first turn. So yeah, they all of them, Tony, Nancy, Burks, it was all kind of copied for what they were all doing. It was like a copy.
That's always been one of my questions, because if you watch the Ohio sired horses around, which I know everybody has their different way of doing things, but Chris Beaver and Ronnie Berg particularly, their horses, they always turn a mile before they race, and they always are blitzed the last eighth of their warm-up mile. And I'm just surprised that usually people imitate success, but there hasn't been that many people that have imitated their warm-up style with their horses.
Well, I think we see that a lot here, especially with these 2- and 3-year-olds. They want to make sure they can get around the track. I mean, and it might be a little different here because they're the guys that train here all the time. But I think you'll see that, especially these horses coming in from these big tracks, coming on into the smaller track here, see how they'll get around the half and handle the surface, which is usually great. So I think that's why they do it, just especially those younger horses.
Yeah, when I got here on Sunday, and I walked across the track to make my way over to the grandstand. I walked across the track, and there were a few horses had gone over, and you could see their footprints in the track. And I looked, and I thought, this track is impeccable right now. They had it so good on Sunday, and then they've had the 4 or 5 days of racing, and it's just gotten better.
Well, Greg Kuhn, that video we did for the Backstretch Buzz, he explained how they do that, and 30 years ago how he kind of had the madness behind the method, and it's just worked good. And basically taking that, the point is taking that clay surface that you get at the Red Mile and Poconos and whatnot, and bringing it to on this type of surface, and that's how they do it every year. So if you haven't seen it, Backstretch Buzz, Greg Kuhn, it's a really good video.
So we're going to another group of Ohio breds here, Buckeye Stallion Series 2-year-old colts, and all the action right now is going to the horse, which we've seen it a number of times. A horse gets loose like the day before or 2 days before, you always bet that horse when you go.
People say that.
Always.
I know.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
like rambunctious, huh?
Yeah.
Always.
Well, not to mention he was 3-to-1 morning line too.
Right. And Burke trains him.
Yeah, and Page, so there are a lot of good factors going in here.
So you get Chris Page, you get Ron Burke, you get 8-5 on this horse, but he's 1 for 8. And the interesting horse to me in here is Ronnie Gillespie does such a good job. And Rockin' Republic has been tearing it up on the fairs, 5 of 10 this year. Saw him a couple times at Cider Downs and really didn't probably get the result that you wanted to.
He drew bad last time,
Yeah, but this is a nice horse with a lot of gate speed and a good 4-to-1 price right now. With if you're a value guy, do you swing out with Ronnie Gillespie here with Rockin' Republic?
Yeah, he's going to be leaving. He's not going to give up the rail. I know that without a fight. So
yeah, you don't come to Delaware, draw the rail, and duck.
Right. Yes.
Well, didn't we see Ronnie race one yesterday that was like 6-5? And he just didn't have it. He had to come first over. Total different style than the horse was used to racing at the fair. So it was a lot of racing for him, and it didn't work out. So maybe we can see a little bit of a difference. You're going to get him at 4-to-1 right now.
This horse has 5 wins. No one else in the race has more than 1 or 2, although he's been racing against Fair Stakes Company, and some of them have been in Sire Stakes and Buckeye Stallion.
Well, the line to be announced on Wakelet Jim, number 7, he just won here 2 days ago. I think he won the first race on Tuesday or something.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't Ron Steck train here?
Yes.
So he says, it's one of those circumstances like we're here, we might as well race as many times as we
can. Race a couple times, 3 times. Absolutely.
But it's forgiving track, the surface. I mean, it's a lot like the Red Mile where you could race week in and week out at the Red Mile and your horse gets sounder.
Right.
So, the surface here is, it's not completely the same clay surface that you get at the Red Mile, but it's a similar.
What about this, the weekend pass? Danny and Christy going to team up here again, but just post 8's just so tough. I mean, 2-to-1 more. You're going to get 7-2 right now. That outside post is tough.
Yeah.
You have to be 3 lengths better off the gate to the first turn.
Even if you're the best, I mean, they go into that first turn, and everybody's taking their shot because if you are the favorite, everybody wants the trip from you, so they're pushing you wide. You sometimes don't even clear till past the paddock up the backside.
That one raced well at Urbana in the Buckeye Stallion. Actually won at Northfield in Buckeye Stallion earlier in the season, but last few starts not as good.
It also depends on which I'm not updated on the points. Where does Weekend Pass sit? What does he need to get into that final at Dayton? And
yeah, you can tell with 4 divisions of this today, some of these things need to be 1-2 to advance to Dayton to the final, and that final goes for good money.
I think it's 60,000.
Yeah.
So I forgot to tell you guys this. Did you pay attention that Ocean Rock that he didn't even pull the plugs?
Barry would mention that, but yeah.
You did? Okay.
I couldn't yell to you down there, but I wanted to get a hold of Danny and let him know it was okay to go ahead and pull him now.
He's in the winter circle. Yeah.
He said I should have pulled him and just went fast. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that was
should have won by 8 instead of 5 or whatever it ended up being. Well, we're getting ready to go to the gate for the 14th. Everybody, I hope, is getting excited as we have the first elimination coming up in the next race. So let's set it up as they go behind the gate for this 14th.
Horses approaching the starting gate. Heralding behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch ad. Here they come. They're off and pacing Yankee Sparkle goes right out to grab the lead. Rockin' Republic gets away second. Marquez Express is third. As they race into the turn, taking a seat, Yankee Sparkle racing fourth. Sir Charles of Sky to the backside, Rose Run Walker, followed by Gray Phantom. Then comes Wiglet Jim, and treading the field, Weekend Pass. Down the backside to the first quarter mark, Rockin' Republic, the leader, opening panel 27-3. Into the turn, Yankee Sparkle is there second. As they race around the turn, going to the 3/8 mark. It's Marquez Express racing third, pacing fourth. Coming to the outside, Sir Charles of Sky. Into the lane, coming to the halfway point. Passing the stands first time, Ron Gillespie and Rockin' Republic showing the way. Up on the outside, Marrakesh Express now second. Into the turn third, Yankee Sparkle halfway home, 57-2. Rose Run Walker is there fourth. Fifth on the outside, it's Sir Charles of Sky racing sixth. Gray Phantom out to follow the cover. Weekend Express on the inside, down the backside now. Go on to the 3/4 mark. Field of pacers, we got 4 in, 4 out. Go on to the 3/4 station in 1:26. Into the turn, Rockin' Republic continues to show the way by a length. Ready to move 3 wide on the outside. Here comes Charles of Sky. Now fourth, now third, now second. Coming to the outside, Rose Run Walker as well. Into the stretch, Rockin' Republic with the lead. They're closing on him. Ron Gillespie and Rockin' Republic. 154, 2/5.
Well, Dave, Rockin' Republic and Ronnie Gillespie get back to the winner's circle here today.
Yeah, that's a nice win for this horse. His other wins were all in fair stakes company. He steps up to the Buckeye Stallion Series, and as Baylor has mentioned from the rail, he was going to be sending, and he was never headed. This is going to the half. Rockin' Republic. He's got a good hold of him. Had an early challenge from Yankee Sparkle, but was certainly not going to let anyone go. Grabbed the lead in 27, I believe, at the quarter. Half, he really slowed it down to 57 and change, and then coming for home here, he gave him a little wheel disc slap, and Rockin' Republic had plenty to hold off all his chasers.
This is a really nice son of Pet Rockin'. I think one to keep an eye on coming back at 3 next year.
Yep. Tight between the 4, Sir Charles of Sky, and the 5, Yankee Sparkle for the place spot. Looked like Marrakesh Express was third, or fourth, excuse me. 1-4-5-2.
The 2 races well. Comes back, picks up the 4 spot for.
Yep.
It's always cool to see these horses race on the fair circuit and then come here to Delaware and take these new lifetime marks. You actually kind of get to see what they're really made of, and how fast they really can be. And he's impressive here today off that 57-2 half. So
Yeah, that was this horse's best effort by far.
Did any of us have him?
I didn't write down you guys' picks, I'll be honest with you.
We did not.
That would be a no. Barry gave a good
we
nod
love the
on
TV,
it.
the truck. Thanks, guys. No.
I like no pressure on that. I'm race secretary. No pressure for picks whatsoever. It's nice.
Well, it
I've
was
been done
like
for 3
chasing
days.
herding cats trying to get them from you.
Lather up. Number 1, Rockin' Republic. Dossie Minor of Springfield, Illinois. Ron Gillespie trains and drives. 2-year-old gelding, Pet Rocket of My Julianne's Girl. 154-2, a lifetime mark. Final half 57, final quarter 28-2. 6th win in 11 this season for Rockin' Republic.
Well, there we see the winner's circle with Ronnie Gillespie and his nice 2-year-old Pet Rock gelding, Rockin' Republic. Picks up his 6th win on the year.
And of course, up next is the main event, or the first of the main events, and we have the guaranteed pick 4 coming up, also starting in race 15. Here are your 14th race prices, though. Rockin' Republic, $780, $520, and $360. The 4 Sir Charles of Sky, $740, $480, and the 5 Yankee Sparkle, $520. Superfecta, 50-cent price. Of course, just flipped off the screen. Dollar Perfecta paid $30.40. 50-cent try, $107.30. Pick 4 kickback for 50 cents, $22.95. And the 50-cent super, $439.75. Looks like you're buying a washing machine or something with the crazy change on the end of some of these 50-cent payoffs.
Well, we sure hope people can buy some things by using our picks today, right, Dave?
Yeah. McDonald's, possibly.
Well, we're getting ready here. Oh, up to Roger.
14th race. Number 1, Rockin' Republic, the winner. Number 2, Marrakesh Express. 4, the 3, Rose Run Walker. 5, the 4, Sir Charles of Sky. 2, the 5, Yankee Sparkle. 3, the 6, Gray Phantom. 7, the 7, Wiggle It Jim. 8, and number 8, Weekend Pass. 6. Top down, 1, 4, 5. 2, 3, 7, 8, 6 on the bottom. The mile, 154, 2/5. It's time. 15th race. First elimination of the 75th Little Brown Jug. Win, place, show. Perfecta, trifecta. A guaranteed $15,000 pool for the pick 4. Races 15, 16, 17, and 18. In the 17th, scratch the 8, Patent Matters. In the 18th, scratch the 5, Living the Beach Life. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
Okay, well, we got 8 minutes to the 15th race. Dave Bianconi, we're going to get Dave Brower back on here after the break. Stay with us.
Sugar Valley Farm in Delaware, Ohio is proud to be a part of the sports rejuvenation in the Buckeye State. Dedicated to providing the best stallions available at any price point. Lather Up, who equaled the all-time record of 146, joins world champion Down by the Seaside. 2009 Pacer of the Year, Well Said. Mr. Wiggles, sire of 2015 Horse of the Year, Wiggle It Jiggle It. And $2 million winning trotter, Creatine. For more, log on to SugarValleyFarmStallions.com.
Today, the world looks a little different. Between face mask and no in-person events, it seems like we're missing out on everything. Even the Little Brown Jug. We might not be along the track cheering, but the horses are still off and pacing. And Absolute Impressions, the company you have trusted for your Brown Jug merchandise, has your 2020 commemorative apparel. So no matter where you are, you can place your order from your mobile device or computer. Go to littlebrownjug.com and purchase Jug History.
Bow River has been designing Little Brown Jug jewelry for over a quarter of a century. Go to bowriverjewelry.com to see our limited edition 75th anniversary Little Brown Jug pin and 50th anniversary Jugette pin under the Little Brown Jug tab. Browse our Standardbred collection, Equestrian collection, and our expanded Equestrian Bridal collection. bowriverjewelry.com, original designs and quality you can trust.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
BMI Federal Credit Union is here for all your lending needs, whether buying a car, paying for college, or starting your family. Let BMI Federal Credit Union help turn your dreams into reality. With our first-time homebuyer program, adjustable or fixed-rate mortgage loans, and personalized member service, now is a great time to purchase or refinance. Our loan specialist will work with you each step of the way. Learn more at bmifcu.org or contact us at 800-233-6880. Let's make it happen together.